Greek mythology might be the most random piece of fiction ever. The person who made it had to have been high or something, because there's no way a sober mind can think of anything like this. It's so much random stuff to talk about, I don't even know where to start. It's a couple of things that I want to go over, but I think it's best if we just start from the beginning so you can know how it all started. Actually, before we start, there is something I want to say real quick. I don't know who was the freaks that was making these pictures or if they're written like that, but y'all are most definitely in hell, because there's no way I made it to the pearly gates with this type of stuff. I'm gonna have to clean my eyes out with bleach or something. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes I ain't got a problem with it, but most of the time it's like, bro, what y'all got going on? Like, no funny stuff. Serious question. Can I get locked up for the things I had on my computer because of Greek mythology? Because if so, I'm cooked. I'm done.
I've never in my entire life seen so many naked babies.
Did you hear that? The idiot's telling on himself. He's stupid.
Long ago, in the very beginning, there was nothing but chaos. And I'm not talking about it being crazy or hectic. Nah, it was a massive dark void, no stars or nothing. And the universe gotta have something. It can't just be pitch black the whole time. So the universe ended up creating the first physical beings. And the first person to step foot all over this universe was Gaia, also known as the mother of Earth. And then came the other primordials like Tartarus, Eros, Mr. Horny himself. You know what I'm saying? He the reason why it's a whole bunch of freaky stuff going on. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not going over the entire story. Like, I'm not going over every primordial. Like, what, like a teacher? And if I'm being honest with you, there is no reason for me to go in depth anyway. Because when I tell you the events happen in the exact same way as I explain it, I'm not lying. They really happen in the exact same way. But long story short, Gaia ended up birthing one more. And that person was named Uranus. Gaia and Uranus then made a total of 12 kids. My goodness. It was getting a freak on. Which is crazy because Uranus would technically be Gaia's son.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. No. Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy.
But we'll get into that topic later, because like I said, bro, the person making this couldn't have been in their right mind. But Uranus was a terrible father. He hated his kids. He thought they were ugly. He said, those ain't my kids. He thought they were dangerous. So as soon as Gaia gave birth to them, he grabbed them and then he shoved them right back inside of her, basically trapping them in her body. And as any normal kid would, they ended up asking their mama for help. So being the great mother that she is, she decides to help him out. She decided to give her youngest child an indestructible sickle. So we all know what's finna happen. He finna get his revenge. It's over with. So as soon as his pops went to lay down with his mom, he jumped out and he sliced off his dick.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. What?
Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. That's real revenge. But that right there isn't even the craziest part of it. Because when he sliced his meat off, his meat then fell into the sea and ended up giving birth to Aphrodite, which ended up starting a whole new generation. Guys, I'm not making this up. I promise you I'm not making this up. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? This is the official mythology I'm talking about here. Like, it's in the books and everything. I told you, bro, like he had to have been high making this or something. And if I'm being honest, I don't know what's worse. Somebody somehow thinking of this type of stuff, or the people around them gassing this up and decided to make it public material. Cronus then rightfully took his place as the ruler of the world, but his story didn't end there. He would then go on to have 3 sons and 3 daughters with his sister.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Bro, what the fuck? Ain't no way.
I tried to slide past it before, but I can't do it this time. Why was there so much incest and freaky family time in mythology? I see where some anime get it from. You know what, now that I think about it, maybe that's why so many people were so chopped back then. And I'm not talking about the people in Greek mythology, I'm talking about real humans. Like, do y'all see this man right here? That is quite literally the definition of a face that
don't do it, don't react, y'all.
That only a mother could love. Like, I'm pretty sure it was more common to, you know, keep stuff in the family back then. And a lot of people like to blame the painters, but I just don't think that you can blame them people, man. Leave them alone. This is just what they had to work with. But that's pretty much the beginning. Everything after this is not going to be in order at all. Now I'm just going to talk about the most random and absurd things about Greek mythology. The first thing is, why was everybody so angry? Like, nobody was in a good mood. I'm not saying you got to be all sunshine and rainbows, but at least crack a little smile. Like, I could show y'all any painting from Greek mythology and it's just going to express straight hatred and anger. Like, I'm gonna give y'all some examples, but just look at this painting real quick.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal.
A whole rock? It's not that serious, bro. Calm down. What could have possibly caused this altercation? Now let me give y'all some examples. Let's take a look at Zeus. Zeus alone deserves his own mini segment. One of the biggest haters in all of fiction. Our very first hater. Yes, When I seen how Zeus was treating humanity, it made me low-key mad that I wasn't around. Hands on Zeus. It would have took like 2-3 gods just to even take me down. I would have really been out there putting in work. How are you gonna take away the fire that Prometheus gave us? We need that to advance. How are you gonna take away something that you'd even give us? All because he got tricked into digesting the wrong meat. It's not my fault that you can't tell which meat is good or bad from just a glance. And it's low-key his fault that he digested the wrong meat anyway. Because as soon as we started doing good, he made it so that humans had to give a sacrifice every time they were about to eat. So as soon as they was about to eat good, they had to give him some too. You greedy bitch. I don't even know why he took the fire away from us. Prometheus was the one that tricked him. Prometheus had ended up bringing 2 pieces of meat to Zeus, and he told him to pick one. One was nothing but straight bones, but he made it look like it was their real meat. You know what I'm saying? He made it look like it was juicy. And the other stack was the real meat. He just made it look unpresentable. He put the meat inside of an ox's stomach, and he punished punished us. What does that got to do with me? He was really out here punishing humanity as if he was the one that gave us life. You ain't my daddy, that's Prometheus. Prometheus sculpted humanity, so that's why I call him Pops. And Athena was the one to animate him, so she would technically be our mom, but I don't even consider her a parent for real. Like, she helped, but it wasn't from the kindness of her heart type of help. It was more of a
Damn, gone.
type of help, you know what I mean? And no kid wants their parents to have a here damn type of mentality when taking care of them, you know what I mean? And when Zeus took the fire away, she didn't do nothing about it. But then Prometheus, being the great father that he is, he decided to defy the gods. He stood with us. I feel so special. We love you, Dad. He went and stole the fire back, but that didn't mean nothing, because as soon as Zeus found out, he did him so dirty. They chained him to the side of a mountain and had him sitting there every day and night, and had an eagle come and feast on his liver every single day. And since he's immortal, that means his liver just gonna keep on growing back like that. Ooh, that's some sick shit, man. I really wish I was around. I probably would have traded places with him.
Ho, brother, whoa, now.
Nah, I'm just playing. I'm not doing all that. I mean, I appreciate everything you done for us, but I don't mess with you that much. But it's all good though, cause he ended up getting freed by Hercules. A straight dog. I can also give him his own segment, but it won't be nothing but me doing straight tricks on it. Not the God of War version though. I don't know who that is. That's gotta be somebody in disguise or something. I don't care what nobody says. I refuse to believe that that's the same person. And even after all of that, Zeus was still mad at humanity. So Zeus then ended up asking Hephaestus to create something that would cause humanity to suffer even more. Now I see exactly why your parents abandoned you. And what he created to make humanity suffer even more was a woman. Dang, let me finish it, bro. Let me finish. I'm not misogynistic, bro. You even let me finish. He ended up creating a woman named Pandora. And long story short, there was this box that she wasn't supposed to open, called Pandora's box. And once she opened that box, all hell broke loose, man. All evil and terrible things came out. Greed, envy, old age, all things that Prometheus was trying to protect us from. Yeah, she gave it to us. All because she wanted to be nosy. Like, go sit down somewhere. Eventually, after getting all that stuff, people became ignorant and arrogant, and they decided to worship the gods and whatnot. And then they ended up creating weapons and starting wars. Now, this part that confuses me the most about this is that Zeus was mad that they were lusting for war. Ain't you the one that made them that horny for war in the first place?
That was you.
So his brilliant idea to punish humanity was to flood the earth. And there's only one person that can do that, and that's Big Poseidon, his brother. He stuck his trident real deep into the ocean. He got all up in that ocean, which created huge waves and ended up wiping out most of humanity. And the humans that survived that ended up dying from starvation. Like, what did you gain from that? You didn't even have to do all that for real. But Zeus ain't the only person in this segment. Actaeon was just minding his business, strolling through the forest, doing his hunting duties with his hunting dogs, cause you know he's a hunter. But he wasn't doing it to eat. He was doing it just for the love of the game. They had to have fun somehow. Everything was going good. That was until he accidentally stumbled upon Artemis, the sister of Apollo. Unfortunately, Actaeon went a little too far into the forest. He had accidentally came across Artemis taking a bath with other goddesses, and she couldn't just let him walk away scot-free after seeing all them butt booty naked. So you wanna know what she did? She turned him into a deer and sent his own hunting dogs to kill him, all because of a mistake. First of all, what you mad at me for? Ain't y'all gods? What y'all doing bathing in the forest? I low-key have nothing but respect for Eros. Like, he really had one of the most pettiest moments of all time. Like, don't get it twisted, I still don't like him, but even I gotta respect the hate. After Apollo had, that's what I'm saying, I didn't even know he had all those badges. Like, some of the other gods had extra badges that I could have added too, but most of them either weren't their specialties or they weren't anything major. Like, nobody cares that Poseidon's also the god of horses. After Apollo killed a giant serpent, he started getting an ego. He was going crazy. He started calling himself the Go Archer, saying can't nobody mess with me. Green Arrow who, Hawkeye who, Oryu who, Hanzo who, Yondu who, Merida who, Atreus who, Kunjin who, Minecraft Skeleton who, Snapshot who, Flameslinger who, Robo who, Yukari who, Legolas who. He was glazing himself so much that when he seen Eros holding his own bow and arrows, he told him to put them down. Bro, that's my bows and arrows. Why are you doing this to me? He told him to go play with some toys instead. He told him he was chopped. He called him a bum. He told him that he should never pick up a bow and arrow again a day in his life. And Eros, just like anybody else would, took that as disrespect. So he ended up following Apollo all the way to the Penis River and spotted a girl named Daphne. And since he's the god of love, he ended up shooting Apollo with a gold-tipped arrow, which caused him to fall in love with her. Dang, a gold-tipped arrow? Like, he got money like that? I feel bad for Daphne. Like, she's literally just an innocent bystander in all of this. She just caught a stray for no reason. But he couldn't let him be happy. So he ended up shooting a lead-tipped arrow at Daphne, which made it so that even the sight of Apollo disgusted her. And I need to know what her emotions felt like to him as soon as she got hit with that arrow. Because every time he tried to approach her, she would run away. She was literally running through the forest just to get away from him. Like, oh my goodness, how scared did that... There's not a funny moment. Why y'all laughing? How scared did that arrow make her? She felt so disgusted by his presence that she literally called her pops for help, and she ended up turning into a tree just to escape from him. Now Apollo knows how I feel, and to make sure that she's always with him, he ended up taking off some of the branches and ended up shaping it into a crown. That's exactly how he got the laurel wreath on his head. And this low-key starts off our second segment, which is relationships, and that can go for family, lovers, or relationships with other gods and humans. It was low-key rare to find a healthy relationship. There were also a lot of weird relationships. Like, some people ain't have no choice. They were forced forced into a relationship. But Hades had ended up kidnapping Persephone and forced her to be his wife. Their uncle and niece, by the way. I know, trust me, I know. So many guys were whipped, it was crazy. Like the amount of guys that would cheat and not get in trouble, they will always punish the people that they cheated on them with. And of course, I'm gonna give y'all an example. Zeus had 7 wives, which all of them are related to him, by the way. But we're not talking about all of them. We're gonna be talking about the love of his life, his sister Hera. Zeus was so freaked out that he ended up going beyond the heavens to get more women. That's not it either, because he ended up having so many children to the point where he somehow ended up becoming related to every single god and hero. Like, oh my goodness, how many children did you have? I know his child support bill gotta be crazy. And then we got Aya, one of Zeus's many victims. Hera realized something was going on and decided to pull up on him. So before she arrived, Zeus ended up turning Io into a white bull, but Hera saw through all of that. She told Zeus to give her the bull, and he did exactly just that because he was scared of her. And I feel bad for Io, man. She ain't even do nothing for real. She ended up getting held captive and put under close watch by a 100-eyed giant named Argus. Like this is impaled down or something. And even though Zeus ended up sending Hermes to go save her, you still didn't do nothing. Like, why didn't you go yourself? This is all your fault. And there's a lot more examples, but that's not even the reason why this is a segment. It's the fact that even if you didn't have anything to do with the situation at hand, you can still possibly catch strangers for having connection to the person that's in that situation. Like for example, Poseidon had gave Minos a white bull to sacrifice, but Minos loved that bull. He didn't want to sacrifice it. And since Minos didn't want to sacrifice the bull, Poseidon wanted it back, but Minos didn't want to give it back. And instead of punishing Minos or taking the bull back by force, he decided to curse Minos' wife to fall in love with that said bull, which ended up leading to her having a child with that bull, which created the Minotaur. You know, yeah, the half man, half bull. Yeah, the giant bull that we all know and love. Yeah, that Minotaur. I never forgive my husband for this. Like, you should have just gave him the bull. It wasn't even yours to begin with. Now look, I ended up getting forced into having intercourse with a bull. And you might can argue, oh, he ain't know. This is Poseidon we talking about. The same dude that flooded humanity. With no questions asked, by the way. Zeus just asked him to do it and he did it. So what did you think was gonna happen when you defied him? But if I'm being honest with you, that's really nothing compared to the next example I'm about to give y'all. There's one moment that caused me to even make this a segment, and it's all because of Hephaestus. See, Hephaestus and Aphrodite were together. They were married. They were a loving couple. But we all know Aphrodite. She's a freak. She's somebody who just can't be held down. She cheat with everybody and got her where they had a whole sequence for it. Aphrodite ended up cheating on Hephaestus with Ares and ended up having a secret love child named Harmonia. And of course, he couldn't let that slide. But he ain't do nothing to Aphrodite or Ares. He decided to punish their daughter Harmonia. And let me just say, I genuinely feel bad for Harmonia. Harmonia ended up getting married to a man named Cadmus. I also feel bad for you, cause you should have got up out of there, man. You ain't deserve this, man. And after a wedding, obviously you're allowed to give gifts just to congratulate them on this big moment. Since he's the god of smithing, he decided to forge her a beautiful necklace. She was happy. She loved the necklace. Everything seemed perfectly fine. But there was one problem with this necklace. It was cursed. And to make it worse, it wasn't even a curse that just affected her. This was a generational curse. And I'm gonna be honest, I say it's a generational curse because I don't know if it's a contact thing or it actually is a generational curse with her family, but I'm gonna just assume it's a generational curse anyway, because it's like almost everybody in her family caught strays for no reason. Let me just show you some of the terrible things that happened in their family because of this necklace. I'm not gonna list all the people that got affected by the curse. I'm gonna just list majority of them. First was the parents, Cadmus and Harmonia. Cadmus had watched his family fall apart, lost his kingdom, and then he got turned into a serpent, all because he was married to her. And the same exact thing happened to Harmonia. And their kids, they weren't safe either. Semele died from shock after seeing Zeus's true form. You know, and her husband both got driven insane by Hera. Watched her husband kill one of their sons and ended up jumping off a cliff to her death with the other one. Agave got driven insane by Dionysus and ended up ripping her own son into pieces. I don't know how to go through the tragic death of her son who was eaten by his own hounds. We all know who that is. And on top of that, she helped rip her nephew apart, also known as Agave's son. Eno did as well. I forgot to tell y'all that. Look at these 4 right here. All 4 of them caught strays for no reason. And the last 2 people I want to talk about, one of them is Laius, somebody who was killed at a crossroad by his own son, which was Oedipus, the last person I want to talk about. And I'm not gonna lie, he low-key had one of the worst lives in all of fiction. Oedipus, I don't know what you did. I don't know what happened. I don't know if you even deserved this, but there's no way you could have done something so bad to deserve every sequence that happened to you. The beginning of his life was already terrible. His father had saw a prophecy that his own son would kill him. And we all know in Greek mythology, once you get a prophecy, it's over with. There's no way out of it. So he decided to staple Oedipus's ankles to a mountain as a newborn baby. I know, right? Like, oh my goodness, what a terrible father. Neither Rasa nor Jean would go that far.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal.
I'm tripping. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all right, you're right. I'm tripping. Which didn't help because like I told y'all before, he ended up killing his father at a crossroads anyway. And the only reason he even ended up killing him was because they had an argument about who had the right of way, which makes no sense because it was just like 6 of y'all. There was no cameras or nothing. Just go around each other. Y'all were on horses with carriages. And I get the king was there with his guards or whatnot. You know, it is King Laius after all. But if you ended up getting poked up anyway, clearly they wouldn't the job good enough. You should have just let Oedipus go before you. You knew your guards were sorry. And since he got abandoned by his father as a newborn, he never knew who his parents were, nor did he know what they looked like. Eventually, he ended up saving the city of Thebes from a monster and was rewarded the throne in the hand of the widowed queen. He was finna get the love of his life, or so he thought, cause he should never accepted this marriage. Because not only did he unknowingly marry his own mother, they ended up having, oh my goodness, they ended up having 4 kids together. And after they found out, everything went downhill. I mean, it was already going downhill, but it went downhill even more. His mother ended up hanging herself after figuring out the disgusting things that she did with her own son. I don't blame her. And Oedipus ended up gouging his own eyes out. I ain't gonna lie, in my opinion, he ain't doing enough, because I also would have had to take myself off the map. But not only that, he ended up being stripped of his wealth, and he was left to wander the world as a broke, homeless, blind beggar. Damn. But he did have one thing left, and that was his great daughter Antigone by his side at all times. She ended up hanging herself later on though. I guess her name wasn't telling the truth because she is gone. Bro, y'all doing way too much, bro. It was a joke, man. I was just joking.